Hi, my name is Heather. Welcome to Strings and Threads. Today I am doing this video tutorial on a 1980s inspired hair tie. And what I'm going to use for that is I'm going to use I Love This Cotton. The colorway I'm using is Paris in June. It's beautiful. Now, I don't normally cake it up, but I was, for some reason, having terrible issues with knots in this. And I've never had issues like that before. I was pulling from the center, and even as I was caking it up, it took forever because there were so many knots. So I think something went wrong in this, because like I said, I don't normally have an issue. I usually love this. It has a really nice soft feel for cotton, but you can use any type of cotton yarn. You'll need a hair tie. This is an I or 5.5 millimeter. If you're using a thicker yarn, you might want to use a bigger crochet hook and scissors. So to get started, we're going to chain 50. So you don't really need to watch me chain 50. There's 3 of them, 4, 5. Let's each chain 50 and then come back for the next step. You might think, wow, that is really huge, but it is going to be all squished together. The fabric will be all squished together on here, because otherwise, if it's form-fitting, you won't be able to stretch it. We're going to build length in a fabric and then fold it in on this, rather than, I tried crocheting right onto the hair tie, and it works out that way, but it didn't have the look that I wanted. I'm trying to make this more like 1980s inspired. I know scrunchies are pretty popular right now too, but to get the look that I wanted, so just hang in with me. Don't worry about how big it is. It has to be big, and then it'll all be squished together going around here on purpose to give it room to stretch. So what we're going to do is do 1 single crochet. You're going to start in the second chain from the hook. My last chain kind of got really squished here, so this is my second chain from the hook. So you'll end up with 49 stitches total. You're just going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way across, and then you'll end up with 49. Come back for the next directions, because I'm going to show you how to join it up into a circle. Okay, so 1 single crochet in each stitch across, you'll end up with 49 stitches. All right, now we're all the way around. I find it easier to do a row before I join it up. When I join up the chain, it sometimes is twisted, and I feel like, why is it twisted? I know I did it right, but here it's a little bit easier to see, so you're going to want to make sure that you don't have any twists in it, and you bring it around, and you're going to just join up. I actually want this on the outside. There we go. Just make sure one more time I've got it so that there's no twists in it. So join up with a slip stitch. And you have 2 choices here. I don't think you would see a line too much if you just did it with chain 1, single crochet across, attach to the first with a slip stitch, and then chain 1 and do the next round. So that's the way I'm going to do it, but if you would prefer, you could put a stitch marker in here and just do a continuous round. Just do single crochets across, and then when you get to here, just do a single crochet right into here without any slip stitch, and then just move the stitch marker up around so you know where the first stitch is. I'm not going to do that with this because everything is going to be all squished together and you're not going to notice anything. So I'm just going to chain 1 and then single crochet around. I'll show you how to finish this round, and then I'll have you just do rounds until it's the length that you desire, and then I'll let you know what the length I chose is if you would choose to match the length that I did. So we'll go all the way around and then come back and I'll show you how to join up, and then you'll just continue doing that. One single crochet in each stitch, join up with a slip stitch, chain one, and do the next round until it's the length you want. I just came to the last stitch of the round, and this is the first stitch of the round that we just did. So I'm going to slip stitch into that, and then chain one, and then just repeat until it's as, see, this is going to fold into the headband. It's clearly way too short now. So you would want to make it the thickness that you desire, and I'll come back in a minute and we'll measure how thick I decided to do mine. All right, this is as wide as I want mine. And so I made it just under 3 inches. I didn't even measure. If I were measuring it as I went, I probably would have just made it an even 3 inches with one more row, but rounds. But since I didn't do that, I'm just going to leave it as it is. So we're looking at a little bit over, close to 7.5 centimeters. So the next thing we're going to do, since we were working in the round, there's a right and a wrong side. I have it on the right side now. So I'm just going to kind of pull this up a little. If you'd like to place a stitch marker in there, you can. And I'm going to turn it around so that the wrong side is showing. I'm going to put this through so that's easier. And then we're going to take the band and we're going to put it on the outside the best we can. If some of it falls out, it's okay. We're going to catch it as we're going along. Find where your beginning part of this is. Here. And we're going to just match it up on the top here, and we're going to single crochet the top closed. I'll do part of this with you, and then we'll pause and finish. Okay, I'm going to chain one, and then just single crochet from the back loop or from the single crochet that we did our starting round with, and then just the single crochet from there. Single crochet this together, and make sure the band is in the middle. So if you need to adjust it as you go, you can do that. By the way, I just noticed this. I'm just in the huge habit of yarning under when I pull yarn through rather than yarning over. I usually get a lot of comments about that. It's just because I like to make amigurumi, and I've made a lot of amigurumi, and typically this kind of texture to the fabric is what you would do for amigurumi, which you make by yarning under. And then I've just done it so many times that it's like my go-to. I do it without even thinking about it. It's actually harder now for me to do it yarning on top. So for this project, it really doesn't matter. You don't have to yarn under like I am. Depends on what you want the fabric to look like. You can see how it kind of makes the fabric look there. All right, I'm going to go all the way around. You do the same, and then we'll talk about finishing it. Actually, this is the right side. This is how it makes the fabric look. All right, I went all the way around, And the only thing left is to attach to the first single crochet with a slip stitch, and then we'll cut a tail and then you will weave in that end. I hope you enjoyed this. I know in the 80s I could not have been caught dead without one of these either in my hair or on my wrist. So I hope this brought back good memories for you and that you enjoy this for yourself. Have a great day. Bye.